talking Tea with Cashe Ameaia. I am here with my friends, my co-hosts. I'm not going to introduce them. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. We just want to thank you all for tuning in to the last video. It was definitely a vibe, and we are so excited for y'all to tune into this upcoming video that we are about to get ready and drop. I hope it gives the girls what it gives, and y'all enjoy it. But I'm going to let them go ahead and introduce themselves.
I'm still going. Okay, hey y'all. Y'all said I want to go next. Hey y'all, I'm Brie. Y'all remember me from the last episode, so yeah, I'm back.
Hey y'all, bear with me, cause I'm just not, like camera. I don't want to be in front of the camera. I'm a little camera shy, so y'all bear with me. I was behind the camera, and I'm Tay.
I was behind the camera. And I'm Tay.
Y'all know
That's because
together last
okay.
time.
I was just gonna say that everybody was looking forward to
seeing who Tay is.
Yeah, to seeing
Yeah,
who's
who's
that behind the camera
Who
with the
is
questions. So y'all, okay, we're gonna start off with a little game, y'all. So one of my favorite podcasts that I always tune into is Know For Sure.
I love them.
I think I had
them on here one day.
Yeah,
one day
they will be on our pod, and we're gonna be on their pod.
Yeah, I love them.
But one of the games that they always play, well, they used to play, I don't even think they play it no more.
Not as much. The last episodes I watched, they ain't played it.
But it's called We're Not Really Strangers, and it's different additions to it. The one I chose was Hello Stranger. So we're gonna pull a little card,
Let's see.
and then we're going to ask each other a question.
Don't be cheap.
Or I'm just gonna ask a question. We're probably gonna do like maybe 2 of them just to get the little pod started, and then we're gonna get into the video. So we're gonna do level 2, and level 2 is connection. So let's see. Okay. So the first question is, if you could have it your way, who would you be with? Where would you be? And what would you be doing? Who wanna answer first? I guess we all can answer.
I go. So who would I be with? I don't know. That I don't necessarily know. Where would I want to go? What would I want to be doing? I would want to be doing running my businesses in my house, in my cybersecurity, being a cybersecurity analysis while still having my multiple businesses and my family. I don't know. I thought I knew for real, but maybe
Let me see the thing.
I don't think I know for real.
All right. If I could have it your way, who would you be with? Where would you be? What would you be doing? I'll be honest with y'all. I would be in heaven, cause Earth is ghetto.
That was
very deep.
I was not
expecting you to say that.
I was not expecting
I mean, I feel like Earth is ghetto.
Y'all sitting on pillows and stuff.
And it's just been a crazy week for me. Like every time I turn around, it's just something, and I just feel like
you want to be free.
I want to be free, like
That was.
But if I had to, if I wasn't going deep with it, I would say I would probably be in Hawaii or something
But have y'all ever seen this girl on TikTok? It's a girl on TikTok, and she does the 5 facts about heaven. Y'all ever seen her?
I think you sent me a video.
I sent it. So she do facts about heaven. She gets them from her reading the Bible, and she say other experiences of people that have kind of gone to the afterlife, came back type, like when you in a coma or something like that. And she said, she always say it's not directly written in the Bible, but it's written. So she always whatever she says, she connects it with a scripture. So something she said is once we get to heaven, we'll be greeted by all our ancestors. Even ancestors we did not know past, we'll all be greeted. Another thing she said I thought was interesting is she said that there are unlimited colors in heaven. So there are colors that we have never seen. She said in heaven we won't be bored. She said, how you think are we just going to be sitting down? She said no, it's going to be a job and stuff for us to do every single day. We're not going to have that feeling of what am I doing? She said heaven is infinite, it's so huge. It's not like we're going to be cluttered and crowded. She be having some really good facts. And she did the facts about hell. She said hell is really dark. She said it's pitch black. She said you can't, it's so black you wouldn't even see somebody's hand like moving across your face. She said you'll be tortured every day and it'll feel like shit, hell.
You know what? And I'm gonna knock on wood because I ain't trying to die right now. But that was just like a scenario. You know, I got a kid to live for, so we ain't trying to die right now. But I'm just saying, like, if I could just be free.
That was a good one though. I think that was really good because I didn't think of like that. That was really good though. Okay.
So now we're gonna do another one. We're gonna do level 3 and then we're gonna go back to level 1. And then I'm gonna answer the first question, whichever one. I gotta make sure I'm pulling from a white card.
What's weird?
Red is just a wild card. So it'd be like more like a game.
You passed the white one.
Yeah, I know.
This big one though.
Okay. Okay. In one word, how would you describe our conversations?
2 conversations.
If you say our conversations.
So
I'm gonna say like as a whole, as a team. One word would definitely be, I could say empowering. And the reason why I say that is because whenever we do have a conversation, it's never just like a one topic conversation, but we're always learning from each other. So it's like an education moment where we always, picking each other up or just, talking through our situations or whatever we talk about on the phone or whenever we talk when we around each other. It's always something that's about uplifting one another. So what would you say? One word to describe the conversation. Oh, I can smell the noodles.
I got one. You okay?
Yeah. I would just say real. I feel like, we don't never sugarcoat nothing. It is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be,
Mm-hmm. I was going to say diverse. And I only say diverse because we still be on one accord, but we still all have different, like, paths and situations. So it still connects at the end, but it's, like, diverse. What I may be going through, you may not be going through, but you can still relate to understand and,
Okay, we're going to skip level 1 because level 1 questions is kind of like childish. Okay, so we just did our little, what did we do? 3 cards or that was 2?
That was
2 cards? 3?
That was 2, right?
it's 3. We did, what would you be?
In one word.
Oh, yeah, so it was 2. Okay, so we just did 2. So let's just talk about, we're going to first, get into, what's been going on with y'all. I know we kind of talk, but I don't think we talk like every day, all day to the point where we know like what each other got really, really going on at the moment, like how things that we are dealing with, how is it going type shit. So. Yeah.
How is it going? I think like I'm in a state where I'm just trying to pull myself up from like I feel like a tremendous tragedy. Also while going through this, I'm realizing like, okay, maybe I can be a bit selfish because the way I feel like a lot of people, I'm not even gonna say a lot of people, I might say like outside my family, my immediate family, like how I feel like friends and maybe people we talk to, stuff like that, should handle me while I'm going through this situation. I'll be feeling like I'm learning that maybe I am selfish, and I'm learning that that's something that I do want to change, and I have to know like, okay, my problem is a big one, but people still have, maybe not my problem, but they still have big problems considered to them. So I'm just kind of like going through the motions, building myself back up to know like, okay, things are going to happen, and not to let it take me out so bad, like to the point where I gotta feel like I gotta get all the way up again, but to know like, I'm getting knocked down, but knocked down and bounce back up rather than dreading it. So I guess I'm okay. I'm just finding the way.
You could go.
I knew you was gonna say that. For me right now, I just started school, my classes again, y'all. last 8 weeks was tough. I was taking an accounting class, and that really had me like
In a frenzy.
girl, stressed out.
I forgot
Ready
about school.
to
Why
pull
I
out.
always forget to mention that I'll be taking classes.
We're
when I'm
all in
talking
school.
about
We need to put that on the pedestal. Let me give a hand clap for
it.
that.
I always forget to
We
mention
check
that.
kids, and we are in school still taking care of business. Outside of that, y'all, I didn't even tell y'all I had my first therapy session with my new therapist. I think I told you that. I don't think me and Tay talked about that yet.
How was it?
It was amazing. She's I think she may be like a little bit older than me, but not that much older. She is an African American woman, which that is something that I was like, I can't have a therapist if she's not black.
I couldn't either. I felt like my therapist needed to be black. I like my therapist.
Yeah. And one thing that I do like about her, she asked me, she said, so what kind of conversations do you want? Do you want us to be like do you want to be like, I'm your therapist and I'm going to give you the bad book, or you want me to get real with you? And I told her, like, I want you to get real with me. I said, sometimes I may not be accepting of it at that moment, but I said, but I promise you, when we get back on the next call, I'll probably be like, girl, you was right. I should have listened to you. I don't know why I got mad.
That was a good question for her to ask. I had a therapist. I only had her for like 2 months. I liked her. It was cool, but I feel like she didn't have kids. Not necessarily saying my therapist had to have a kid, but I don't know. I just felt like she was cool. I liked her, but I didn't feel like that was the one to be like this.
Because my first therapist, she was white.
Would you go to therapy?
Right.
Sorry, y'all. I've been up.
Yeah, y'all on the pod.
I've been up. Would I get a therapist? I thought about it, but I feel like I don't want to tell I feel like I can't tell no therapist my business, because I feel like, I go through real life shit, and like,
you don't want them to judge
and not even that. Like, what if you tell somebody what I'm going through?
Okay. But I feel like it also is better because, honestly, I don't know you from a can of paint. You don't know. You don't have no perception of me that maybe my friends have that I'm talking to. You don't know my ways. You don't know nothing. So I can come to you and be 100% raw and just myself. I don't feel like, I never really thought about like, oh, now I ain't gonna say if I was a therapist and I got my close friends and I may have some conversations, I probably, with my girlfriends, I probably be like, I do be having some crazy, they going through some shit, girl, we alright. But I don't think they will necessarily.
Let me tell you about this person. She told me that her boyfriend, her been did.
Yeah, because then
as a friend, I mean, like, I feel like you always gotta watch what you say to a therapist.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But I feel like what makes me whole, because I did go through a point in time in my life where I felt like I need to get a therapist, because I just can't talk to like anybody. But I figured out like you got different friends for different shit, and then talk to God. That's
I ain't gonna lie, that was the biggest thing I learned, was when I'm having a problem, pray to God and only talk to God. But we hear God in different ways. You hear him, and you may not you're not gonna hear his voice, his commands. He may speak to you through somebody else. He may speak to you through a situation, through a thing. But you still always kind of question. Like,
I think that's the problem. Like, people be looking forward to hearing God's voice. Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, but like, you just telling him your problems. Like, it's better like if you just let it out. You know how you feel when you just release? Yeah. I mean, even though you do, like, if you call your friend, like, you expect her to say some shit back to you, but it just be like, I just feel like just, like, be released and be enough for me. I ain't talking to no therapist. I'm sorry.
I like it.
I think I'm more so, I don't necessarily look at me going talking to a therapist as like I'm telling them my business. I'm really, honestly, to navigate through the healing journey that I'm on right now. I think it's more so for them to direct me in the right direction. Yeah, I can talk to my friends. Yeah, I can talk to God. I can talk to this type of person. But I feel like a therapist knows how to help a person navigate I think I want to say like the education way.
What do you expect a therapist to tell you though? Like
just be somebody else to talk to.
Give us an example. Like,
so when I first went to therapy, that's when I first started going to therapy when I realized that I was dealing with anxiety and not knowing what's triggering my anxiety.
So when I'm saying, like, giving us an
therapist,
example, I mean, like, tell us, like, if
something
it's
she
okay,
done.
but if it's just okay with you, just tell us an example. Like, tell us, oh, I told my therapist, I told my therapist this, and she responded this way.
Okay.
I
So we still can go back to that. Like when I went to therapy for my anxiety, trying to figure out what triggers the anxiety. Why am I feeling this way? And not, I can talk to my friends, I can talk to family about this. But a therapist, talking to someone who don't know me, but who know how to navigate, know how to work with someone who's dealing with anxiety or dealing with depression or dealing with things of that nature. So me coming to her, asking her how to get through my triggers, or figure out what my triggers is and how to get over dealing with anxiety and dealing with depression. Like she gave me different ways to get through it. Like maybe you need to remove some people out your space. Maybe you need to do something different as far as where you're working at. She just helping me figure out what's triggering the things that I'm going through.
Now, I did have a friend that went to therapy. She was having, I think it was anxiety, but something that I asked her that, like, how do you feel your therapist is helping you? Her therapist had her make a book in their session. Mm-hmm. So in the book, it was things that comforts her. So, like, maybe if it was, like, a piece of a blanket, if it was a picture. It was just, I can't exactly remember what she wanted her to put in the book. But when she felt, she then told her, like, when you feel this way, then go to your book. And that helped my friend. So that's something. Now, my therapist, when I went, she had me do things like write down 5 things you're grateful for today. Mm-hmm. I think it was like write your journal or something. I can't really remember. But she kind of gave me, like, steps and things to do. But another reason I kind of ended it with her was because I felt like some of the things she was saying, I already knew to do. Like, I already write in my journal.
Like, you telling me stuff that I already
know. Like, like,
and that's why I said maybe I didn't find the right one, because when she was saying the 5 things that you was grateful for, I still didn't do it because I was depressed in my way. Mm-hmm. But I felt like I been was doing that before I got to this day, so I know to do that. Yeah. So it wasn't like. And I think maybe it's just the talking to somebody.
The talking. It is definitely the talking and just
somebody there. Shut up.
But now we go back to
just shut up. Listen.
Yeah. And it's somebody that you don't know. Like so somebody else that you've never confided in, don't know you from like you said, from a can of paint, and you're sharing what you're going through, and they're just sitting there, they just listen, and then they're going to give you their feedback, and their feedback may not be at that moment something that you want to hear, but in the long run it's definitely going to be useful, because I can definitely say, although my first therapist wasn't the therapist that I wanted, and that's because she wasn't the same color skin as me, she was a whole nother, another different race, but I can say that from the little few sessions that we did have, moving forward after me and her stopped having our sessions, I can definitely say that the things that she instilled in me was something that I used moving forward.
I like that shut up and listen though, because I feel like when I'm talking to my friends, sometimes I feel like they don't really be like listening to what I'm saying. Like I can't get out everything without them cutting off or saying like, just shut up. I like that. I mean, I think that's good. I think that's a good
therapy don't be for everybody. And I feel like when it is for you, you will know it's for you. Because you will want that. I feel like you have to. Therapy is something that you have to want. You have to want healing. You have to want that. Want to grow, and you have to want to be able to sit down and talk to someone about your business who you, like you say, don't know from a can of paint, and trust that they're going to be able to lead you and guide you in the direction that you want to go.
Yeah. And also, you don't need a therapist to heal. Mm-mm. Like, it's not a need of you.
This what we get right here is
that's true, because like we older, and then you the first stage of like being heartbroken, I feel like comes in high school, and you can look at it now like, dang, like I'm over that shit. So like if I could get over stuff that happened in high school, I could get over stuff that happening now. Time.
What they say? Innocence. High school was
what Drake say?
What?
Time heals all.
I don't know if I think that.
I don't know.
I agree with
some situations that you just. I'm gonna say one thing for sure, and I'm gonna say this because I don't mind sharing this with y'all or with the pod, but I feel like that you get over certain things. Time does heal certain things, but it's some things that we deal with for for the rest of our lives. We dealing with things that you probably don't even know that the things that you encountered while you was a child and still bothers you to
I was just finna say that how some adults be messed up from stuff that happened in their childhood.
That's true.
And you would think about like, oh, you 30, 40, and you still sad about something that happened when you was 7, 8. So I don't think time heals. I
learn to deal with it.
You learn to cope. You learn to put it in the back of your mind, but it's still gonna pop up in life.
And I say, oh, gee, putting it in the back of your mind, it does not take it away, bro. That stuff still gonna.
It takes away from that moment, those moments,
because you might look at it like, okay, I put it in the back of my head right now, but you don't understand that the things that you put in the back of your head be triggers for the things that you be going through in the future.
And that's why people be 40 still messed up in some type of way, because
still dealing with the fact that your mama and your daddy
together.
Your daddy used to beat your mama, all type of stuff like that. Like that stuff still follows you even in your adulthood, and that stuff, I ain't gonna lie, the things that we dealt with in our childhood probably reflects in our adulthood. Like 9 times out of 10, you end up dating a man that's similar to your father. If he was not shit, them be the first niggas that you lean towards.
And it be unintentionally. Like you're not necessarily.
And that's because you haven't broke that generational curse. You just put it in the back of your head, or you just act as if it does not exist.
But I also think I have makeup on.
I always do that. I hate when I do that. Ooh, wrong for me.
Okay, so the camera got hot. So we back. It's starting to be us again. Here we go. So hopefully, y'all, we can get through this without no issues. Okay, so we talked about therapy, y'all. And I think therapy is definitely like a conversation that can really go one or two ways. Because some people don't always be opposed. I think that's what I'm opposed to it.
I don't feel like I'm opposed to it.
You're opposed to it for you.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't.
For you at this moment of your life.
Right. That's making sense. Because I'm going to talk to God.
Give me it. It's me in the head like that. Yeah. But y'all probably wondering like, girl, y'all got y'all makeup done. Y'all think y'all on here? Y'all trying to be cute on the pod. Yeah, we just came from events, and I ain't gonna lie, I really thought this was gonna be a life-changing event. I'm just saying, a life-changing. Yeah, like a life-changing event. I mean, it could have been a little. It's gonna be nice on the pocket when you know who's watching.
Shit, I don't give a damn. She might need some pointers.
But y'all went to an event today, so that's why we all got our makeup done. We went to a little women empowerment event. But just stay tuned, because we coming with the badge this summer. Nice little badge.
I got a question.
Okay.
Since we talked about life, what is something that you tell your younger self?
I can go first.
Look, I'm ready to hear thinking.
I will tell my younger self. And this is for females too, because I know I'm just not the only one, but love your mother. Like, I feel like a lot of females have their mother's attitude. And it just be like, you be roaming the street doing whatever you want to do, but your mama be telling you right.
Oh, mama be right.
She be right.
That is.
Listen
my mama
to your mama.
was used to tell me to go.
Are y'all close with y'all?
Now I am. I talk to my every second of the day.
And it's so crazy because I'm really close. Y'all know I'm close with my mama, my grandma, and my auntie. Like those are like my besties for the rest of us. Like I've realized that as I got older.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I feel like that's when you always realize it. Because when I got older, my mama like, that's my best friend. Like, she don't play. And even I have aunties. They all old. All my aunties are, they 65 plus. Mm-hmm. But it's 5 of them. Mm-hmm. Those are my right
Yeah,
hand.
my auntie too.
Like,
And I go to each one of them for different situations.
Yeah, because you gotta know who to talk to. Because one of them might not be like the other one.
We know, I know.
They gon'
Because, honey, between April and Latoya, I be lying.
who to go to.
But let me tell you what she said, because I'm trying to figure it out. But why she do this and why she say this?
I wish I was closer with my mama's sister. They're not close. And I love my auntie to death, but I just feel like I think she has a lot of childhood trauma that she went through that she didn't heal from. And we have moments where we cool, and like when I was younger, I used to go out there for the summer and be cool. Like when I was a kid, she didn't play about me. I feel like once I got older, I don't want to say, I don't even know the word to you. How I feel she acts. Like she's just very like weird. Like she's cool, but she's weird.
people in the family be weird. I got a lot of weird
Like
haters. Like
That just happens. That's just life. And I feel like a lot of those
but your family, y'all need to start a little thing on how to be a family. Y'all need to teach these families how to be a family.
girl, we be having our little trials and tribulations.
And you know what's so crazy? I feel like I missed out on that because, okay, my grandma is the second oldest of 10 kids. So they always do the big family parties, we get together, all that. So I had all that growing up. But all my cousins, and I got a couple cousins like around my age, but the rest of them, they're all older. So they used to do the family trip, going to Disney World, driving to Wisconsin. Like they did all that. But by the time I was like older and really can remember and enjoy it, they're all old. So I feel like I missed out on that because my mama said we is not linking up without somebody fighting.
Who's y'all best side?
My mama side. And I got two sides on my mama's side. I got the Jones side and the Nova side. That's the crazy part. I would say
That's from her mama and her daddy.
Yeah, but it's hard for me to choose. I'm gonna say, damn. I can't say no better side. Honestly, I can't because my Nova side is like they both lit. They both lit. But my Noble side, we take trips together and stuff like that. So I think as the kids, we're more involved with the Noble side than we are with the Jones side because the Jones side is not that many of my age range kids on my own side. But because my cousins and they all moved, my cousins that's my age, they moved to Vegas. And then we were like 10, we got like 13, 14 years. But I'm gonna give it to the Noble side because that's who I'll be dabbling with.
Even though my mama said is the sad. We gonna drink at the family parties. We gonna smoke. Everybody gonna kick it. It's the card game, stuff like that. They the list that, but we not gonna end that night without somebody fighting. Whether it's with us, within each other, or if it's a cousin bringing his girlfriend, we don't like. We not ending the event without a fight. Now my daddy said. They do be lit, but my daddy's side is the traditional house for what you say. The man take care of all the bills. All my aunties work, of course, at their own money. But the uncles still have the bills. So, like, when we have family parties, all the ladies be upstairs, kicking it, talking. And then all the guys be downstairs. They be drinking, watching the game, playing poker, stuff like that. So, it's more... I'm going to pick my daddy's side for the peace.
What about you? Picking mom's side or your daddy's
I feel like I'm not gonna pick neither side because let me tell you about my mom's side. So, they just like I don't know. I truly feel like that. I don't want to say they probably think I'm better than them, but like they think I'm better than them. I like that's. If I knew how to describe it in another way, but like that's the closest how I can describe it because like I feel like they don't be inviting me to stuff like probably because I just like move different, but I never think I'm better than nobody. Like I don't know why people feel like that about me. Like I don't know. And then my daddy said they just like I love my family though, but I'm just not gonna pick a side. My daddy said they too fucking bougie. You just can't be yourself around them.
my dad said, I could say, shit, we tried. We tried. Me and my siblings, we tried.
What is it? Is it?
That's all I can say. I tried as the oldest. I'm the second oldest sister, but as the oldest sister, they always say I'm the mama of the family and shit. I tried to make it work. We tried to do a group chat. We tried to do, come together to do lists and report. But I always felt, but I don't think I told you that again. One of my sisters, one of my younger sisters, we got into it. To the point where we are, me, Kevin, Brie, everybody arguing. My dad didn't get into it.
Y'all,
with
your mama kids, y'all all arguing against the
all
other
my
kids.
sisters. Just the other sister, not the other kids. The other sister. And it got real bad to the point she was saying some of her shit. And, we didn't expect me to say, but we had to, like, my mama's house and all type of shit. So, somebody comes from my
Where they from? They from Chicago?
Yeah. No, yeah. Oh, yeah. They grew
I
up
feel
in
like
Dalton.
people up in Chicago or like Illinois, period. Like they just have no limit. Like they
Don't
just
do
no
us.
home training. I'm sorry.
Oh, do not do us, y'all. From out south of if you have home training.
You're gonna say when you get into it, you're gonna say stuff to hurt them, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But
Like,
it's just certain
But-
things you just don't
But
say.
for my family, I ain't gonna never tell you I'm gonna have somebody come to your house type shit. I ain't gonna say that to my family. It's just
So when my sister said that.
But yeah, it's gonna get real dirty and it's gonna get fuck your cousins, fuck everybody on your dead body. Put on their grant, it's gonna get like
just
Now, if I'm arguing with somebody, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. The last argument I had with a supposedly been friend, I feel like I'm so old now, I'm so grown now, that I don't be having no comebacks. Like, I used to have so many great comebacks when we was like growing up and shit. But because I don't argue, I don't do that messy shit no more. That when she came at me, I was just really sitting on this couch like, only thing I can say is I want to fight. Because now I can't go back and forth with you how I want to. And then I'm not going to hit below the belt. I just don't move.
that's just fight. That's
I mean, I feel like that's how it always should be. Like, why do I gotta keep going back and forth with you?
Yeah.
Like,
Just let you want to fight, come on.
I don't go back.
But
Really, like,
I had a
what
question.
should we I was
Yeah, I definitely had a question. The question I was gonna ask is, do you feel like the parents? So you know how you growing up, y'all be young, we like 7, 8, 9 years old. You be around your cousins, so like y'all do a lot of family stuff. It seems like y'all always doing family related things. Do you feel like the parents kind of how can I say it? Put a strain between the cousins, like the kids, as they get older. And that's why you and your cousins or your family, like, you and your cousins don't have a close relationship.
I don't know. Because, okay, on my daddy's side, the cousins that's my age, I don't even know I don't think the parents put it, no strain on us, but we just don't
never
talk.
connected.
Like, no, we connected as kids, like my brothers and stuff, but he just had his baby first birthday party, and I felt some type of way because he didn't invite me to the baby birthday party. But when my baby birthday party came, I invited you. So I feel like regardless, and we don't talk every day, we don't talk every month, but regardless, I still thought like you my cousin, I know you every day come to my baby party. You had to work, so I wasn't tripping. But I showed that I was going to text him like, dang, don't ever play me and I invite you to your baby party. Yeah. Now, on my mama's side, they can't get in the middle. Oh my goodness, y'all. Well, my cousins don't watch this, but my cousins just got into it with my auntie because, okay, my mama got 2 sisters. One sister alive, one sister passed away. The sister that passed away, all her kids' last names are Conti. So my mama and the sister that's alive, they always be telling me and my other cousins, that's my auntie that's alive kids, they be like, don't mess with the coffee girls. Anytime we get to, they be like, do not mess with the coffee. I don't know why y'all mess with them, woo, woo, all that. So I think that puts a strain on the relationship that we have. We still mess with them. Like, we still talk with our cousins and all that. We still mess with them. But it's always going to be a messy time that they get into it. And it's like, it kind of, those bugs in the ear of your parent, maybe talking about their parents or talking about them as kids. And it may be kind of put it for me.
I feel like it's just hard. Like with family, friends. Like if you got a good family, if you got some good ass friends, just be grateful.
You gonna make your cousin. I'm not saying.
You do. I ain't gonna lie. I always wish that I had I'm not gonna say like the pitch perfect, but a bigger family. And it was to a point where I told myself I was gonna create that for myself because I wanted it to create for my kids. Like they have a lot of siblings, they close with their siblings. I only
want to have a lot of kids.
Before I went in labor, I did. But once going through labor, but
I was just checking.
But I ain't gonna lie, I only want to have a lot of kids to be able to create that dynamic for my kid and set that tone of my family and the generations of family that's to come behind.
I'm playing my cousins for the same party as me and sipping that same cup because all of us had a baby at the same time.
But see, that's
and all boys, same age.
But see,
so
that's
have no more.
But see, that's like just like his cousin is like his brother. My baby don't really have nobody.
He be saying he want a sibling, honey. He says a little too.
I mean, one sibling, two. Okay, somebody only having 2 kids, that's not a lot to me. That's not. I don't know.
It's a lot to me. The reason why I say somebody having 2 kids is a lot because if you have 2 kids with a stable foundation, it's not a lot. But when you got 2 kids and you're a single mother, that's a lot.
But I'm saying it from the aspect of the family orientation. So if you only got 2 kids, not close with your family, you don't talk to your family, you don't fuck with your family, and then you grow older, your kids grow older. I'm saying it from that point, not the point of financial and that. I'm just saying the point of, you just being.
Sorry. I want bartending today. No, because it was hot as ever. I like hot wine. Next time I know. I want bartending for real estate, y'all. But I think that
we've been recording for an hour and a half.
They never does when we record. Do you feel like you have childhood trauma that you have not released, or like not released? Haven't released, or haven't talked like with your parents about it, like if they may have called you or something like that?
Me and my mom talked because I remember in like my childhood trauma. I don't feel like I really had no childhood trauma. I was just bored as hell, so that was my problem. But like me and my mama did talk about it because when I went off to college, we got like super, super, super close. And so like we talked about everything. And I would say, see, this is my own journey. Cause how she got
wine down wine, ain't nothing in that cup.
Okay, wait. Okay, what was the question?
Do you feel like that's childhood trauma? Was that it?
Do you feel like you had childhood trauma that you haven't released, or like just talk me through?
Oh no. Okay, yeah. So
me
and my mama talk. I love my mama, and I hope that she does not die until I'm like 35.
Ooh, that's a long time. I do feel like I have a lot of childhood trauma that I have yet to release.
You know what? We should get some like plates or something.
And write on them
and
blank.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
And you know what? We should put together like a healing treatment.
Ooh. But don't say nothing else. Don't say nothing else on the pod.
Okay.
Don't say nothing else on the pod. Let's don't say nothing else on the pod.
It's
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. But I just feel like I have a lot of childhood trauma that I have not released. Reason being is because I can tell that it's affecting my.
It shows up in little parts and aspects of your life.
So
I feel like
I think the problem is talking about it to the people who want to cause it. Because I feel like I'm a hurt feeling.
you don't want to bring it up. But you
feel like
so more afraid of their feelings than than caring about your healing. Because it's like, you did this to me, or you made me feel this way, so I really shouldn't care what you do. But that's kind of, I feel like black households kind of feel like, we can't just.
But I can definitely, I always tell people that I have my, nothing ever happened to me, like, physically. Yeah. I think it's more so the things that I saw. I think that kind of affects me now, like, to the point where I know I'm not going to tolerate this type of shit ever. And then, but then I turn around and I see certain aspects of it. Like, you say you're not going to tolerate it, but I can see the thing. You're doing the same shit that you saw this person doing when you was a kid type shit. So it's kind of like, it's still following me, but it's still some boundaries that I set. But
so what's the plan?
To fix it.
To fix this, because it's like, you can't keep living life like this.
But
I talk to my therapist. That's why
I also think that's a part of your therapy, or that's just a part of you healing. And one thing I learned is healing is a never-ending process. So I don't feel like you're ever going to get to the point where you like, I'm healed, I'm okay, I'm fine.
Like 5 months from now, I'm healed.
Yeah, like
delivered.
It's a growing, steady thing. It's something you probably talk about and talk over that. Then you like, okay, I know that this happened in my past, but this now cannot affect what I'm bringing now.
And like she said, I think that's one of the reasons why. I know definitely one of the reasons, because I want to bring generational curses, but because I don't know how to voice it to the people that I need to talk to about it. I talk to someone who doesn't know none of us that can help me possibly, give me the way to have this conversation with this person. Or if I don't even have the conversation with that person, just help me heal within, so that way I can be able to move forward.
I don't have childhood trauma. I do. I have one thing, but I think I've moved past it. I have definitely moved past it. But I think the only thing, I wouldn't even call this trauma, but the only thing I feel like that I faced as a child that I'm trying to break out of is I was kind of sheltered and protected and like good. And not saying that that's a bad thing, but I'm kind of starting to realize like, okay, maybe I'm selfish. Like, okay, I might be a little selfish. And I've had multiple people now tell me this. So now I'm trying to look like, okay, where do the selfishness come from? Me being the only child on my mom's side, the youngest on my dad's side. So it's kind of like, at that point, the world did revolve around me. It did revolve around what was on my mom's side. And then my dad has another daughter, but she's 32, so we're not close. I'm basically a child. So it's like, I've always had that in like the shelterness. My grandma and my daddy, they did not play that. Spending the night at other people's houses, they did not play that. It's a park. It's just the only park. I want to go to the park all the time. I barely was going to. The only time I go to the park is if my one friend that they like trusted and knew she was a good friend. If she was going, then you could go. But all that you could hear, my people didn't play like that. Like it was like real shelter. So I think that's something that I can feel like. They kind of shelter me in a way. Like I still ain't never paid for.
I feel like ain't nothing wrong with that though. Why do you feel like something wrong with that?
It's not, but I think it caused me to maybe be selfish because remember I said that I'm going through something tremendous and I feel like how people are responding is not what I expected or what I wanted. So it's that selfish of me to then be like, I feel like you should be like this towards me. But why do I feel like you're obligated to act a certain way towards me?
Especially you can't
you can't put expectations.
Yes,
but I'm saying that comes from the childhood of me having that revolving door around.
Yeah, but you can't be.
But like, it's not bad. I'm not saying
it's not bad, but you can't. Everybody is like not your mom or your dad or your grandpa. Like everybody, like your family might have had genuine intention. And that's just how they raised you. But you can't expect like them.
But that's what I'm saying. Now I'm seeing it show up as an adult and I have to realize like, okay, let me take a step back and just.
And I mean, are these people that you're close with though? Because I do feel like as them, what you being close to somebody, like I don't know. I feel like if I had a friend that was going through the situation that you would go through, like that you're going through, I wouldn't talk to you about it, but I'd still be talking to you like on some regular shit. Like, girl, what's going on? Like,
I know, like, the way that her friends actually do talk to her.
Oh, and so you want to talk. You want to.
No, I don't want to talk. It's not necessarily just. I feel like I have my four main friends that come for me and we just talk and it's that. But it's also people maybe I thought was my close friend. And now it's kind of coming that you're not, or maybe talking to somebody and you expecting them to be a certain way, or I don't know. But I'm trying to think. Maybe I ain't doing stuff.
Yeah, don't sweat the small stuff.
But I'm learning, like, okay, I don't expect, not to expect, you have expectations, but I'm going to take
Don't have
people,
expectations, you're going to be disappointed.
or I feel like you take people for exactly what they're
learning.
learning. You trying to say, should we have expectations?
We had to learn to not have expectations. Because growing
so
up,
used to have
growing up, I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like this. Okay, so I feel like growing up, we were taught, okay, this is how you treat people. This is how you should respond to people. This is how you should talk to people. This is how people should treat you and stuff like those type. We're taught those type of things. So now that people are showing us the things that people are showing us the things that we didn't expect from them, it kind of bothers you a little bit. When you be feeling like am I wrong?
I just feel like everybody ain't like me. Like,
and they're not. But
you had to learn that.
You had to learn that people wasn't like y'all.
I mean, we knew that we're all different in different type of ways.
Y'all knew.
We're talking about as far as a friendship, though. We're talking about as when you're going through situations. She never been through a situation like this before. So I didn't know where it was traumatic to the point that she didn't know she didn't know what the expectations would be with her friends. Because I'm your friend. When I'm not in my mess, you the best friend to me. We have the best fun, you have the best conversations, it's no problems, it's no issues. But when something traumatic happens in your life, you don't expect those people that you can spend every day of your life with doing everything to switch up, to change in the midst of my mess.
Okay. And then I think on top of
we all
just like stab her. But just, on top of
so we just switched the gear. We could talk about, I guess you could say, childhood trauma, therapy, healing. So I had a couple questions on here that we actually, from some of the topics that we spoke had. But one of them is enough is enough. So what is some of your non-negotiables? Oh, we can't include this in part. We can just talk about whatever your non-negotiable. It could be with family, it could be with anything.
I feel like I'm still learning my non-negotiables. Like I'm still trying.
You go first, because I'm gonna piggyback off you. Yeah.
But it's like I know I have things that
Okay, so I can think. Okay, a non-negotiable for me right now, and I'm gonna start with as far as family. A non-negotiable is I'm not accepting anything less than what I feel that I deserve, and I'm gonna say it is because of the type of relationship I have with my father. The kind of relationship we have is kind of like you my friend, you're not my dad, but you my friend. We're cool. So a situation took place on my sister's birthday where he felt that he didn't have to wish my sister happy birthday. What? And because she didn't wish him happy birthday. But you the father. You feel me? So I learned that I'm not accepting it from you, from nobody. I don't care who you is. You can be family, you can be a friend, you can be my nigga, you can be anybody. I'm just not accepting it. So that's now a non-negotiable.
Can I ask a question within that question? Do you feel the relationship you have with your father plays a role in how you treat and deal with me in your relationship with having boyfriend?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because now I got I ain't selling for no bullshit. No bullshit. Nothing that you say to me. Once I call bullshit, you over it. So we can reflect on my relationship with my daddy and my relationship with my son's father. My son's father got himself into a situation that he can't get himself out of, and I feel like now that this has been an ongoing type of thing, it's no need for a conversation. I feel like I'm having that conversation. Really? I ain't never seen this. Me neither. And what's crazy is I have a lot of characteristics in my baby, in my son's father that I see in my baby. And that shit is scary because I'll be like, damn. I thought I prayed and asked God to make sure I don't run into nobody like this. And it's like, damn. I done put my son in that same cycle. You have a conspiracy with your
Kind of, sort of. I mean, no. I mean, me and my daddy, like, we talk, but I don't tell him my business. But let me tell y'all why. So I was pregnant, right? And I did not want to keep my kid because I'm like, I'm a kid. Shit, how I'm gonna have a kid? And so he told my grandma that I was pregnant. And then when he told my grandma, I felt like I couldn't kind of get rid of my kid too because, like,
She was excited.
I mean, no, because now people know my grandma. She don't rest in peace, grandma. I love you, but we talking about it.
So now you know the whole family.
So now the whole family, and I'm like, so like I just don't really tell him my business. I feel like he'll tell somebody, like, you know what I mean? It's not confidential. It ain't confidential. But me and my dad do talk. Like, I love my daddy. I don't have no problem with my daddy. I love him.
Last question I got for you all: what is something that you want to set the tone of in the family that you're looking to build?
Okay, so what is something that I want to set the tone?
Or like, what's a dynamic, or how would you want your future family to be? Or just like some, maybe like a key.
Okay. So for the foundation that I have now, I definitely want it to be better than what I experienced growing up, more stable, definitely financially free. I don't want my son to ever experience being without. I don't want him to ever feel like it's never like he can't get this because we gotta pay this, or I don't ever want him to feel like he ever has to think that he just never has this or never has that. And I've been in a place where I'm in high school and didn't have type stuff. So just ensuring that he receives the best life that he could, and just having a healthy relationship and a stable foundation.
I definitely financially free to be able to provide. I want to be able to teach my kid a lot of, I feel like, I want to be able to teach my family, my future family, a lot of the stuff that we didn't really learn until we got older, like, credit, taxes. I kind of want to be able to put that knowledge in and build that within my family. I also want to be able to have like a close. Like, I want us to be close. Like, like I know I can come to my family if I'm down and out. I have one more in mind. But just to have that tight bond and just to know, like, we all we got. Like, family and friends in this world full of strangers, you all we got. So I want my family that I'm building, I want them to know, like, this show safe haven. This house that I'm gonna have, this for you to come back to if anything go wrong. Like, you got a safe haven for me to help you back up. Just knowing, like,
communication is definitely, I meant to say that. Communication is definitely something that I want.
Be able to talk and not sweep.
I'm not
sweeping I'm not gonna be that grandma. I'm gonna be like, come on, what is the
problem? To be able to, my son be able to come to me and say, Mama, this bothers me. Mama, how do I handle this?
Wait a minute, y'all ready for the daughter-in-laws to not like y'all?
I don't give a yeah. It's gonna happen, cause
but you know what I say? I don't think I'm gonna be that mom. I'm not gonna be that weird mom. I'm not
enabling mom.
I'm not gonna be all that. And the type of man that I raise, I hate all these bitch ass niggas. I hate all these niggas feeling like why we gotta pay all these bills. I hate all the niggas that don't open doors just off genuine shit. I hate the niggas that's not bringing in flowers. I just hate the niggas that's not doing shit that. Like I said, I grew up in a very traditional family. So all those things I'm talking about are all those things I've seen from my uncles reaching to my aunties. Now they did have their past, but I'm raising a child. I'm not gonna be that mama that's gonna tell you, sit here and tell you whatever it is. Like if you and my son going through something, I'm keep honest. If he ain't doing what he's supposed to do, you know, like you would love it. But I ain't gonna be that fake weird mama, the mama you think wanna fuck on her son 'cause she all on him. I don't inspire to be the grandma that, you know, they don't fuck with the grandma gonna keep the boys sad. The mama type.
I wanna be that. I definitely wanna have that relationship with my son where he brings somebody home and I enjoy it.
And I want him to I wanna be able to go take her to get me and her, go meet her. I might go get on nails and like I don't know, her birthday, I right back like I don't want it to where you feel like you're coming in my home and you don't feel the welcoming, or it just feel like I'm just not gonna. And all the mamas I have like that. Like, got you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Ready?
Now,
I'm not
gonna play that crazy shit though. That
pulling up and all that extra
that
stuff.
weird.
You know what?
I be slash.
It's more fish in the sea.
I ain't take that shit somewhere else.
Going on there.
I feel like, you know, I always was like, I'm not gonna be that mama. I'm not gonna be that mama. But like, the son has a lot to do with it too. Like, you just have to learn how to stay out of your kids' relationship.
Just stand on that. But I still want my son to be able to come to me and talk about his relationship problems, but it not reflect. Now, when I see her now, I'm looking at her like this. You know, like you can still come tell me your problems, I can help you do them, and you and your girlfriend can come around and not feel like, and she may feel like, I don't even know that y'all fucked up right now. I'm still cool, you know, because, you know, maybe he don't know how to get through the hard time in his relationship. Maybe he is fucking up. So maybe I do need to just, you know, give him some advice and something, but I'm not going to be over with the mom. I'm not saying. You did what? Girl, you doing what? You doing what? Renee. And I teach my son.
Give me that phone.
I think one of the biggest things I want to teach my son that not a lot of niggas have is to be money. Like, tell her if you not necessarily
ready to be in a relationship.
You want to do that? You want to do that? Like, give them because they young girls, they may not necessarily. I ain't even gonna lie. This generation, I think the young ladies that are gonna be raised by the mamas now, they're gonna be equipped for our support.
Yeah, there's no like,
they're gonna be already on point.
They're having sex, so they're not gonna be caring like, oh, he not gonna be with me, like.
Yeah, and I think their moms are gonna, you know, instill in the value who you supposed to be. So I want to be able to. Oh my goodness, I seen the cutest thing. It was this girl, it's her son, 8th birthday party. She said he no longer wants to have a party. He asked her, he wanted to go on a date with his girlfriend. So they dressed up. She, you know, of course, escorted them to the date. They went to the movies. They went out to eat. But, like, the clip she was showing, he opened the door for her. He came to the house they picked up. She had flowers waiting on her. You know, but just stuff like that. Like, that was just
okay, y'all. So
this was a good talk.
Yeah. We actually are doing a little 2-part series. So we're gonna go ahead and conclude this podcast. But we're gonna be right back with some more vibes.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I want y'all to comment like,
yes, please.
What y'all want us to talk about?
Topics.
Or comment like something that you could agree with, or maybe a question that you have for us. Like,
yeah.
you know, something you agree with, or
We need y'all to be engaged, especially for some of these little events we're about to get ready and start dropping. Y'all need to engage. Please make sure y'all sharing these videos, because if it may not be a healing journey for you, it may be a healing journey for someone else. They may get something from this that they probably never got from any other podcast. I'm hoping, I'm praying. But definitely make sure you're liking, make sure you're commenting, make sure you're subscribing. Subscribing. And stay tuned for the next video. We'll be back. Bye.